This video is brought to you by viewers like you. Consider supporting us on Patreon.
Yo, what the fuck is up there, everybody out there on the YouTube source? Your good buddy Papa Tikyo coming to you live from the hot sexual Japan land. How you guys doing? Yeah, today is another beautiful fucking, just sunny, beautiful Japanese day here. And right now I'm in the countryside of Chiba, Japan on my motorcycle with my very hetero, sexy life mate, Tetsu. And we're just hanging out. We're going on bike boy adventures and being badass. And anyway, yeah, today I wanted to cover a topic that some of you, I don't know, basically like I've been trying to do videos that on like questions that you guys asked and then just answering them. And yeah, so today we're going to talk about why one of my viewers came to Japan and didn't get laid and my advice for him, okay? And look, more wine. Guys, remember Chiba has tons of vineyards apparently, so buy some wine from Chiba. Anyway, yeah, and like always, big shout out to today's sponsor, Boom, Nakano Shimbashi Guest House. Look, $400 a month, 5 minutes away from central Tokyo, and you get to live with Japanese people. There's no better option for the price and location. Definitely go and consider checking them out if you're coming to Japan for even a little bit of a vacation or you're moving there. Great place to spend money and get immersed in Japanese culture. Also, big shout out to NordVPN for just being awesome and helping everyone protect their computer and being reasonably priced. And yeah, if you guys don't have a VPN, even if you don't get NordVPN, just get a fucking VPN. It helps, guys, okay? Trust me, it lets you watch media from other countries through streaming sites, and it also helps you protect your important data like bank stuff or whatever. So, you know, keep that in mind. And yeah, question of the day. Question of the day is, are you currently single? Are you single, baby? Did you put out? Are you single, or are you, like, what's your marital status? Are you dating? Are you married? Are you divorced and single? Are you, like, remarried? Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, I'm just curious. You know, like, some people are very, very, like, proud. They're like, I'm married and my wife is great. And it's like, I'm married and my husband's awesome. I'm like, that's cool. Like, you know. But yeah, just let me know in the comments down below. Even if it's like, I'm married and my wife's a cunt. Yeah, dude, fucking, you know, let it out, buddy. We're here. We're here to hear. We're here to talk with you. And if you're gay too, whatever, man, let us know. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, you know, basically, there's this. The whole thing that prompted me to talk about this today is that one of my viewers, his name is Nick. And I've never met him, but he always has this picture of him kind of squatting down in shorts and a t-shirt, and he's like a bodybuilder. He's really like jacked up. He's got a good, you know, he's a handsome guy, and he's wearing a baseball cap and he's smiling, and there's like no reason why this guy shouldn't get laid. But every now and then he comes into my comment section and he's like, Japanese women are horrible. You know, the only Japanese women that date foreigners are gaijin hunters, and those women are low quality anyway, so I don't know why you would go out of your way to date those women. That's just so stupid. And like, you know, and he just talks, like, he loves to bring up every like month, like every couple of months he'll be like, I was in Japan and I didn't get laid and I'm a good looking guy. And it's just like, I don't know, today I just wanted to reaffirm that it's like, dude, look, it doesn't matter how good you look. If you're a little bitch and you don't know how to fucking follow through with stuff, you're never gonna get laid. And it's like, well, Tikyo Sam, you're a fat fuck, blah, blah, blah. You never show pictures of the women that you fuck online. What the hell? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I don't, you know. You don't need to believe me. Don't believe me. I don't care. You know, I'm just sharing with you my advice and my stories. And if you want to take it, you know, at face value, fine. You know, I would too. But if you want to believe me, cool. And if you don't want to believe me, then fine. I don't know why you're on this video then. Like, you know, I'm here to give opinions. But anyway, yeah, so this Nick guy, he's just like, I've been in Japan to visit multiple times and I never got laid. And, you know, I'm going to talk about the reasons why he didn't get laid. So, reason number one, he thought that he needed to speak Japanese in order to get laid. That's not true. Why does it smell like fish all of a sudden? It went from smelling like cow shit to smelling like fish, but I don't see any ocean nearby. But anyway, yeah, you don't need to know Japanese in order to get laid here. I think it was a lot easier being in when I was in Korea, or like in Japan versus being in Korea. When I was in Korea, women wouldn't even talk to me if I went up and said hi to them. Like they gave me the cold shoulder a lot in Korea. But in Japan, you know, you go up and you say hi. People are so nice here. Okay, and they're just so nice and willing to have a conversation with you. Because most people, like, it's sad to say, but they're kind of gullible, you know? And sometimes people take advantage of that. Like, there was a guy from Ghana whose wife was Japanese. And, you know, obviously a younger dude who married an old chick. And, yeah, like, he used the whole, like, I'm kind of lost, can you help me out kind of thing, to this Japanese junior high school kid in Osaka, and he raped her 2020 or 2021, you know, and like, that was horrible. And I think, God, if I had 5 minutes alone with that guy, oh man, I would have so much fun torturing that fucker. But anyway, I mean, like, that stuff happens sometimes. But, you know, in Japan, for the most part, people are very kind and they're very nice and they're willing to help you out, even if you don't speak Japanese. Now, the whole thing is like, if you don't like yourself, people won't like you. Unless you're very, very attractive and you've got like kind of like a sad boy emo charisma to you, people in general probably won't like you because you bring everyone down. You know, you're a downer, you know? And you got to remember too that women love social proof, you know? I'm using my pickup artist terms here, but it's true. Women like to have to be with a guy who people like, you know, that people respect and people like. And that's one of the reasons why I would always take girls on dates around my neighborhood, you know? Well, not just because it was close to my house so we could have sex afterwards, but also because everybody in my neighborhood knew me, you know? I would always go out of my way to be nice and kind to the people that I would encounter here. You know, around my neighborhood. I would just be like, you know, whether it was the convenience store guy or the bento shop or even the police in the police box, like, everybody knew me in my neighborhood, because it's just like, you know, what do you call it? Like, I'm not exorbitant. What's the word? Exhilarated? No. Extroverted. Yeah, that's it. I'm extroverted, which I still think is a bullshit term. I think you can be both. It just depends on the day. But yeah, you know, like, I always think it's better for people to know you and feel comfortable around you than the other way around. So, you know, I would purposely go out of my way to just be nice to people and make friends. And, you know, so when a girl comes with me to like my neighborhood or whatever, and she sees that like we go to like rent a DVD or something, when DVD shops were still a thing, you know, it would be like, oh yeah, I love this video, and, you know, just talk to people. We go to the convenience store, buy some beer, talk to the people there, and she's like, wow, all these people really like Sam, and they're not hating on him or anything, so that must mean he's a good guy, you know? Like, there you go, social proof. If you're just a whiny bitch who's weird around people, no one's gonna like that, no one's gonna respect that, unless, of course, like, you got this kind of like emo boy image going for you, which I doubt that guy really did. Smells like cow crap again. Yeah. But, yeah, so that's the thing. Social proof. You should have some social proof. And so, well, how do I get that if I'm a tourist? Well, that doesn't matter all the time, I guess, if you're a tourist, because you can make up for that with charisma, you know? Like, that's one thing that you gotta have that's, like, addicting, that women love. You gotta remember, women get high off of their emotions more. Like, I mean, everyone does, but women really like getting high off their emotions. So if you're a guy who can be really charismatic and you're like, I want to take you on an adventure. Well, actually, I want to go on an adventure, but you know what? I'm taking you with me and we're going to have fun. Then they really like that, you know? And they also, like, I mean, it's just like every time you talk to somebody, you got to remember, it's kind of like a first job interview, you know? You got to put your best foot forward. You got to have fun with it, you know? Like, always put the odds in your favor versus the other way around. Like, do you smell bad? Do you have BO? Some women don't give a shit if you're hot enough and you're fun to be around. You know, I've met some guys that are just like, they look good, but they are stinky, you know? They are stinky motherfuckers, and they never wear deodorant, but their girls put up with that, you know, because they're hot and they make their women feel good, you know? And that's another thing, too. It's like, you know, you've got to be willing to make the first move. You got to go and you got to be willing to fucking, you know, like women don't want to have to make the first move. They want guys to be guys, you know. They want boys to be boys, doing boy stuff, you know. God, why does this place smell like animal shit so much? Fucking A. Are there really this many animals around here? God damn. It just smells like fucking just cow shit. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Girls on their bikes just... Oh, yeah, no, I would be walking up this hill too. I'm in like second or third gear. And it's, yeah, God, it smells so fucking... Yeah, all I'm saying is I would not ride my bike up here. I would walk it. But anyway, yeah, it just depends on like, so there you got the social proof, right? You got the charisma. People say, well, you know, like people that are quote unquote black pilled, you know, they shouldn't call black pill. They should just call that nihilist pill. You know, life sucks. There's nothing you can do to change it. I might as well just give up. There's a guy in my videos. Okay, I'm calling him out. Triple Cheeseburger. He's one of my viewers that lives in Osaka. And he says he's quote-unquote black-pilled. And he's always complaining on how he tries to go on dates with girls from Hello Talk and they blow him off. And then he just gets self-deprecating and he gets all angry and hates himself for it. And I've told him, I was like, look, dude, like, you know, red pill is, it's just like the blue pill, red pill thing is slang from the Matrix, you know? It just comes from the Matrix, and it's like, it means that you have the option. You see the world for what it is, but now that you see the world for what it is, you can change it, you know? It's a very optimistic viewpoint of the world, you know? And black pill is just basically like, well, I can't change it because all people care about is money, and we're all fucked anyway, and we're all gonna die. And it's like, where is the room for progress when you have that kind of mentality, you know? How can you even improve a little bit when you think like that? You can't. It's not possible. So, you know, like I prefer to be optimistic. And, you know, I've seen, and like the cool thing is that there's this thing I saw on Wikipedia called the mild exposure effect. Now, I don't know if this is true or somebody just bullshit wrote this down on the internet a while ago for Wikipedia, but it's basically like, look, you get exposed to something, either like, you know, through a friend, through work, or just like somehow you get exposed to something and you have a new idea in your head that like, wow, that's a possibility. That could be a possibility for me. Now, like for me, like some examples, for example, like when I went to Hollywood, you know, and I'm seeing my friends, you know, that like my friend, one of my Instagram buddies, he gets paid $30,000 for 5 Instagram posts. Can you believe that? He made like a whole English teacher's salary just by making 3 or like 5 posts about a business. You know, and that's not a physical post on his fucking on his account. That is just stories. That stuff disappears in 24 hours. He got paid 30 grand for that. So I'm like, wow, that's a real thing out there. Holy shit. And I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't fucking met these people. Same thing. Like I had a viewer of mine. I don't think he watches this anymore, so I can say his name. Peter. One of my boys, Pete. Not Pete, Oriental Pearl Pete. But this is old Pete. She's new Pete. This is old Pete I'm talking about. But one of my first viewers that I hung out with when I moved to Tokyo, to Guisadani, was this guy named Pete. He was an ex-Marine. He was a radio tower technician, and he had just finished, like, he was out of the Marines, but you know, that's what he did for his job. He just like he was paid as a paid civilian for the military to fix their radio towers. And the guy was like 4'9", ugly as hell, semi-balding, bad teeth. But that guy just had the energy of just like, fuck yeah, man. And he said he mostly blamed it on the Marines. Like he said, like, he's like, when you're in the Marines, you're with all these different dudes from all walks of life, but you have one thing in common, that you're fucking Marines. And because we're Marines, we're badass, you know? And like, you know, he said that like when he joined the Marines, he was just very like not confident in himself. You know, he'd always been like really, what do you call it? Caring about his looks or whatever. And check out all these fucking windmills. God damn, that's fucking cool. I didn't even know they had windmills in Chiba. But anyway, yeah, he was always like really worried and self-conscious about his looks. But after he was in the Marines, and he realized that, like, look, a woman cares more about how you are as a person, you know, how you carry yourself as a person. If you're a whiny little bitch, she doesn't want to be around you, you know? But if you're a fun guy just enjoying life, they'll fucking love you. And this guy, like, he just hit on it. Like, he was fearless, you know? He was just like, whatever. He was like that windmill. He just didn't give a fuck. I don't think windmills really give a fuck. Do they? I don't know. I think this is the closest I've been to a windmill. I remember the last time I was around windmills was in California, coming back from Coachella. Going back to LA from Coachella. And there was a bunch of windmills there. Fuck, this is cool. I didn't even know this was on the ride over here. This is a pleasant surprise. We're talking about how to get a Japanese girlfriend and all this beautiful fucking scenery around us. Look at this. This is really nice, guys. I hope you're enjoying this. If your hands are on the keyboard right now, write down Japanese windmills kick ass. Help that algorithm grow. You know, and don't forget to smash that like button. We're not done yet, but don't forget to do that shit. God, this is so cool. Man, windmills. Look at how fucking badass those are. They don't give a fuck. Windmills don't give a fuck. But anyway, yeah, so it's like, you know, that Pete guy, that mild exposure effect really hit me hard with him, because he was proof that he didn't have that much money, you know? And he was short. He was like, he had every excuse to not get laid, but you know, he didn't let it get to him. And I mean, to be fair, it is kind of like environment, like nurture versus nature kind of thing, you know? Like, he was surrounded by a bunch of positive dudes all the time, and that mentality is like kind of permanently inked up on him, you know, after he was hanging out with those guys for so long. And I think that's the thing, like, that's the sad thing about people like hiding in my room, the Daniel, or like other people I've met in my life that are just like, they're too afraid to take that first step to improve their lives, you know? They're too afraid to actually fucking do something about it, you know? They're really, you know, they're just, they don't think they're worthy, so they don't try. And even if they try, if they fail once, they just give up. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, when you fail, like, I think it's so sad, because when you think of like people that are beta, or people that are just losers or whatever, or big pussies, they're usually complaining. They didn't even try that hard, you know? Like, let me see you try like 200 times with like somebody who's like coaching you and helping you out along the way, and then let's see if you're complaining still, you know? Because if you're not, then just shut the fuck up, you know? Like, you're just whining for the sake of whining. You want the emotional feedback because it makes you feel something, versus actually trying to do some shit, you know? And yeah, it's just sad, no? It's like Garth, you know, like Garth, you know, sometimes people just do stuff for money, and that's really sad, you know? But yeah, I don't know, I feel that it's like, I wish I could get that guy Nick on a Skype call or something and talk to him. I want to know more about like why, because when I first came here the first two times for like 2 or 3 weeks, I didn't get laid. But then again, I didn't have people, like, you know, I hadn't gotten into pickup artist stuff before that, so I didn't really know what I was doing, and I didn't have a boys group to hang out with to kind of help wingman for me, you know. And yeah, it was just tough, you know. It's just tough doing this. But yeah, I mean, like, if you're like, let's change the question to like, well, I'm in Japan for 2 weeks or like 4 weeks, what do you suggest I do, Tikyo, to get a girlfriend? And it's like, okay, not to hook up, because this is a question about how to get a Japanese girlfriend, not to hook up. Well, the first thing is that, well, there's, you know, because of Corona, no tourists are allowed in here, so you're kind of fucked with that. But, you know, one thing you can do is you can meet women online. You can do the super Tinder thing right now, or you can pay people on Tinder, or you can pay something on Tinder to be able to talk to people in Japan. And other dating sites or dating apps do that too. You can do that if you're not physically here. You can also join a bunch of Japanese dating sites too. And hey, you know, I know that you don't want to, I've been against dating sites, and I would never recommend them if you're physically in the country. But if you're outside the country, yes. I suggest use those, because that'll give you at least some insight into Japanese women or Japanese dudes. And it's always good to have, even if you find somebody who you're not really attracted to, it's always good to have a contact later. Hell, that could be somebody who turns into a really good friend eventually. So that's definitely a thought. That's an idea. Also, it's just like Hello Talk. Hello Talk is one of those sites where you can make friends with people online. And again, sometimes the women don't show their face, because if it's even a mildly cute face, they're gonna get tons of dudes, tons of thirsty guys being like, hey, are you single, you do anal, all this stupid shit. So yeah, you gotta kind of take a shot in the dark. But yeah, I mean, that's one of those things where you gotta realize, you have to work with the options that you have. So yeah, going online and finding women is definitely a must-have if you're abroad. And also, I mean, I had a guy that one of my viewers, he paid for a tour, and his name was Kyle. And don't worry, I don't think anyone, I'm not saying his full name, and people don't know. So that's it. Let's go over here in the parking lot. Just gotta see how long have I been filming this for. 22 minutes. Okay, that's good. ごめん、ただポケットをチェックしたいだけ。そっか。OK。なんか落としたかなと思ってたけど。OK。まだまだ全然大丈夫。もう近いか？あと10分だけ。OK。ナイス。じゃあとりあえずキャンプサイトに見に行って、そこからご飯を食べに行こう。But anyway, yeah, I mean, but if you're in the country, if you're physically in the country, then it's like, well, what should I do, Tikyo? Well, the first thing is just go and talk to some people, Go and talk to some of the girls. They're literally everywhere, They're anywhere and anywhere. You see a girl that you like, you go up and talk to her, and say, hey, you can speak in English. Just speak slow and patient English and have confidence. That's the thing. And that's the thing that people don't understand about pickup artist shit, is that it's supposed to be you're gaining confidence. You're getting more to, because what's more of a turn on to a woman? A little guy, a guy with a confidence, or not a guy with confidence? The woman will always go with a dude that's confident. And so it's if you go up and you're just you have an agenda. You're like, hey, sumimasen, nihongo skoshi, you just use some Japanese to show her that you're at least trying, and be like, excuse me, I was wondering, do you know something? I don't know, make up a fucking excuse, give her a reason that you're talking to her. It can be a bullshit reason or whatever, and then just be like, yeah, anyway, thank you, and I have to go now. Can I get your phone number? The thing is that it is a numbers game at one point. So eventually, once you do that, not only are you building confidence, because you're like, oh shit, I can do this and it actually works. You're not only building confidence, but also, you're building they might block you or whatever, right? But I remember my dad, my black Japanese dad, he told me, he's like, just because they say no now doesn't mean that means no forever. And I was like, Dad, what do you mean? And he's like, well, what if this girl's having a bad day? Or what if she's in the middle of fighting with her boyfriend and she doesn't know that she wants to break up with, she doesn't know if she wants to break up with him yet. Don't be reactionary. You don't know what's going on in her life. So if it means no right now, then they keep the contact, and you can get in contact with her later. Hell, I just got in contact with one of my I wouldn't say it was an ex, because we never were officially dating, but a girl I had a fling with a couple of years ago. The sex was really good, but we kind of ended it because she was annoying. So I was just like, stop being annoying. Oh, look, we're at the ocean. Holy shit, they have windmills in the ocean. Wow. But anyway, she was just really annoying, and I was just like, look, and you know, she was using me as a rebound for her boyfriend, and that guy had cat ear helmet. That's funny. But anyway, she was just using me as a rebound from her Japanese boyfriend, and I was like, yeah, whatever. But the sex was so good, like it was almost okay to put up with that bullshit because the sex was so good. And so I was just like, shit, I still have her contact in line. And I remember she was just so annoying that I blocked her. So I went online and I saw that she was posting on her videos, and you know, she was posting like not videos but like pictures of herself and stuff online. And like I saw that she married like some American guy. And so I just started messaging her back and forth. I'm like, oh hey, so, you know, like, hey, how you doing? She's like, oh, I got married. I was like, did you get married? She's like, yeah. And I don't know, like I'm not you know, like when we kind of split up, you know, we did it in a way that I was just like, yeah, you're crazy, I don't want to talk to you anymore. But you know, like people you give them a chance to calm down, and you'll have a second chance just to make contact. I mean, especially if you guys didn't fuck at the beginning at all, whatever, you know, that's all you got to do. And you got to remember, like, women are fickle, you know. Sometimes you're gonna be like, sometimes you're just not gonna be the guy that she's looking for, you know. She might be looking for a completely different kind of guy. So you gotta take that to heart, you know. You gotta know that sometimes maybe you're not her type or whatever, and just like, you know, but it's nothing personal. But if you make it personal, if you're a little whiny bitch about it and you become like, you know, needy and stuff, and be like, why don't you want to hang out with me? Then yeah, you're really fucking shooting yourself in the foot, you know. So don't fucking do that. But yeah, anyway, yeah, that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, so yeah, women, like, bitches don't want to date bitches. Look at all those guys, they're surfing down there. Holy shit, I didn't know there was like a surf group of surf boys here. That's awesome. Surf ninjas, dude. Fuck yeah. So anyway, I just so like, you know, that's the thing too. Like, go up and talk to them, get their phone number. And it's like, I don't know, you got to remember that everything's a growing process. So if you haven't gotten laid that much in life, or you haven't had that many girlfriends, well, think of everything as a learning process, and you do your best to not be a needy bitch. And it's like, well, how do I not be a needy bitch, Papa Tico? And it's like, well, for one, you know, have your own agenda. Have your own agenda going where you want to do stuff by, you know, you're doing your own thing. You make your mission, you make your goal in life your mission, not your woman, you know? God, look at this town. This is so fucking beautiful. Like, look at what I'm doing right now. I'm looking at the fucking full moon here in the sky, and I'm looking at these beautiful port towns here. I'm just riding on this road next to the what is it, like, you know, next to the fucking coastline here. It's so fucking beautiful. You know, this is great. This is very nice. But I mean, like, you know, like, for example, like, my goal, my life is just, you know, make YouTube videos, have fun, go on trips, you know, to get more in touch with my masculinity by going outside and sleeping. You know, like, this is another thing too. It's like sleeping outside, sleeping in a tent. There's nothing more humbling than fucking sleeping outside, like, on a rough patch of ground or whatever, you know. There's nothing more humbling than, like, you know, because, like, I sleep in a box, you know. I live in a guest house that's basically a glorified long-term capsule hotel, but my bed at the capsule hotel is a lot nicer than the inflatable mattress I have sleeping outside, you know. So you got to take the good or the bad here. And goddamn, that sunset, guys, I don't know if you can see it in the mirror, but that is a beautiful tint of orange right now. What was that thing that, like, Owen Wilson said in Shanghai Noon or whatever? Like, he's like, you know, the sun might set in the east, but it rises in the west or something. See, even that guy was taking a picture of the sunset. It's fucking cool. Man, yeah, look at this. Look at this. This is just fucking beautiful. Rice fields, ocean. It's fucking beautiful ass ocean. And there's no camping sites around here. We're gonna have to, like, you know, all the camping sites here are closed for Corona, so we're gonna have to be bad boys about it and do a secret, you know, outdoor boy camp. You know, that's what we're doing. We're doing outdoor boy camp here, and we're gonna be secret about it. Like, we basically found a place that has a public restroom that's near the ocean, and we're just gonna park next to there. We're gonna set up camp next to there, so we'll be all good. Yeah, look at this. We're in this coastal town now. It's all fucking breezy because of the fucking ocean. Well, that's the thing too. Whenever I go camping, I want to go camping where it's near water. I don't know if that's a smart move with being Inubo Station. Cool. I don't know if that's smart, you know, with Japan being a tsunami country, but I mean, the cool thing is like, I think we could just like drop all our gear and just fucking take our you know, ride our bikes out of here. If shit really hit the fan, you know, we could maybe outrun the tsunami. Who knows? Luckily, we both have Japanese cell phones, and they go off if there's a tsunami alert. And at least they give you like 10 minutes of running away. We could find a big hill or something to go on. Like, we just came from a big ass hill, right? So, you know, we could just ride past there, right up there to get away from this stuff. But look at this. Wait, there's a Suizokan here too? Oh man, it's all abandoned and shit or something. Fuck, this is beautiful. Wait, is this still open? No, it's closed. What happened here? Oh my god. I think I heard about this place. ここっぽい？でもなんかその地図でその公園ちょっと見せてAnyway. まあ、とりあえずトイレとかはどこだよいやいやただなんかマップに多分なんかパブリックトイレとかがまっすぐかここか OK じゃあちょっと調べてみようよここ OK 子みたいねいっぱい写真撮ろうよ、ね、じゃあここに入ろうかここあった That didn't sound too good. Okay, so now we're on the beach. We're at a beach area right here. Wow, just look at this fucking shit. I was suggesting fucking camping here, but where's I have to check my map. I marked it on my map. Better, but let's see. Anyway, whole point is, guys, look. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Bum 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 bum. Okay. Anyway, guys, I could have more advice on how to get a Japanese girlfriend, but anyway, for right now, tell me, did that cover what you wanted? If not, tell me ask some more questions in there. I'm curious what you guys want to know, and yeah, I'd like to give some to you. So anyway, I'm Papa Tikyo. This has been Tkyorants. You guys stay black, and don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, the subscribe bell to get notified next time a new video comes out. And yeah, anyway, yeah, if you want to see more of these, check out the playlist at the end of it. And the secret comment of the day is that ocean fucks. God, I gotta take a picture of that. It looks beautiful right over there. Fuck. God damn. This is really nice. Yeah. I think if a tsunami hit, I don't know if it would go up this far. I don't know, we'd have to see. But, yeah. I think it would stop. I don't think it would get this far up. But that's crazy that there's like an abandoned aquarium here. But anyway, yeah, guys. You stay black, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.